I hope and pray this is the final thing. We need to rest. The girls need to be at peace.
Major developments in Delphi, Indiana. After more than 5 years, will there finally be justice for Abby and Libby?
It is Saturday morning, so glad you're with us. October 29th, I'm Susan Hendricks. And we do start in Delphi, Indiana. Major developments connected to the investigation into the murder of Abby and Libby.
I know that voice. Who is that?
I think she saw this person coming towards them and just sensed that something wasn't right.
Who murdered 13-year-old Abigail Williams and her 14-year-old friend, Liberty German?
Was it random? Was it targeted?
They just can't believe somebody would do that to those little girls.
Nobody deserves this. Nobody.
Is he among us? Is he just a passerby? The person out there knows that his time is limited.
If you're watching, we're coming.
To these two innocent little girls, why? Why do people do things like this?
It has been excruciating for the family members there. It's been more than 5 years, almost 6, since the double murder in Delphi, Indiana. The question since 2017, who killed Abby and Libby? Are we any closer to finding the answer? Abby and Libby were brutally murdered in the middle of the day. It was a Monday, a make-up snow day. February 13th, 2017, the girls were last seen alive. Their bodies were discovered the next day. No one has ever been named a suspect in the case. Yes, there has been persons of interest, never an official suspect. Now, Indiana State Police have announced a Monday press conference with what they are specifically calling an update. Libby's sister Kelsey, who has been just an advocate, has been updating the public since that fateful day, saying this: just know how grateful I am for all of you. This was on Twitter. No comments for now, she says. Any questions, please refer to the Carroll County Prosecutor's Office. There is tentatively a press conference Monday, 10 a.m. We will say more then. And our Barbara MacDonald is in Delphi for us this morning. So Barbara, what can you tell us? What are they saying ahead of Monday's press conference?
Good morning, Susan. I spoke with the spokesman for the Delphi Murders Task Force, Sergeant Jeremy Piers of the Indiana State Police, and he confirms that press conference is happening Monday morning at 10 a.m. here in Delphi with an update on the case. He wouldn't go so far as to call it a development. He said they're going with the word update at this time. I also spoke by phone with Superintendent Doug Carter of the Indiana State Police, and he says that on Monday they will be releasing a name and a photograph. But he was quick to point out to me that this does not mean that this investigation is over. Far from it. The investigation continues. This just opens a new chapter of the case. He said the good news is we have made progress. The bad news is we can't tell you much about it yet. He also called these developments fascinating and says when we know the full story that it is a fascinating tale of how they got to where they are today. He would not confirm for me if an arrest has been made. We have made repeated attempts to reach the Carroll County Sheriff, Tobe Lesenby, who has not responded to any of our efforts. Now, CNN affiliate WTHR is reporting that a man is in custody. CNN and HLN have not been able to independently verify that. And the announcement of this update brings a lot of questions for everyone connected to this case. I'm told that the probable cause affidavit regarding this development, whether that's for an arrest or a search warrant of a property, a probable cause affidavit is basically a legal document that outlines why they're taking the action they are. And that document has been sealed in this case. And even on Monday, we are not expecting to hear the details that would be contained in a document such as that. So we are here in Delphi. We are talking to people, and we'll be here for Monday's press conference. Susan?
And Barbara, this is nothing new in terms of the announcement of a press conference, waiting a couple days to say anything. It reminds me of April 22nd, 2019. We were there together at what's now considered the New Direction press conference. Similar to that, announced on a Friday, On Monday, getting the information from Doug Carter saying, look, we believe he's in this room, if you recall that for those watching. That was significant. And again, tight-lipped until then. So Monday, as you said, we should hear more information. He said not all of it. And he has been clear throughout this investigation, as you know, Barbara, saying, look, one day you'll know everything we've been going through, but this is ongoing. The investigation has been ongoing for years.
Yes, and you know, the families are excited and hopeful, but this also reopens the wounds of what happened here in February of 2017. So it's a very tough time for them. They are not making public statements about any of the updates, the news that in this case. They are waiting until Monday. They plan to be at the press conference and will listen to what is said and then choose to do interviews at that time. And we'll be here for all of it, Susan.
Yeah. I did speak to Becky, Libby's grandmother, who did say, you know, I just wanted to lend my support to her in the back and forth. I'm looking forward to when she can publicly speak. Barbara, thank you, out of Delphi. And as you heard, Indiana State Police are expected to provide more information, not all. Monday morning, HLN will have live coverage from Delphi. That news conference starts 10 a.m. Eastern Time.